to stand in the position that they took yesterday, this Monday, in the reconsideration of the bills, and to continue to make the right decisions for Arizonans and stand for the side of improving our education, finding the jobs, improving healthcare, instead of distracting ourselves in bad legislation that will only put Arizona in the bad spot in the rest of the country and the rest of the world. We're happy here today, but we are not standing down until the Republican leadership moves away from these bad pieces of legislation that distract us from what is important, and that is bringing all Arizonans back to what a prosperous Arizona that we want to see.
NCLR is the largest Latino civil rights and advocacy organization in the United States. Yesterday, the Arizona State Senate took bipartisan action to defeat 5 extreme anti-immigrant measures, signaling the possibility of a new era of reason for the state. We applaud these senators for heeding the voices of community and faith leaders who have been working tirelessly on these issues, and who have been joined by law enforcement, government, and business leaders to map a different approach that restores sanity to Arizona. We asked them to stand firm and reject any attempts to bring the defeated measures back. NCLR, joined by sister civil rights and social justice organizations, launched a boycott against Arizona to serve as a testament that hate and intolerance are not solutions to the immigration debate, and that our community will stand with our allies for civil rights. It may be time to ask the national leaders of this boycott to re-examine their position. When that day comes, I would be happy to recommend that the boycott be lifted in Arizona.
And Daddy, you only want these 5 bills to remain dead. You're not asking for the legislature revisiting 1070 or anything like that. Even if 1070 is still working its way through the court system, if these 5 bills are dead, you would ask for a lifting of the boycott.
Well, as chair of the boycott committee, I'd like to address that. I mentioned that no new anti-immigrant bills are introduced. Okay, so that would also be. We also have the pending 1070. That was a boycott of 1070 that started a while back, and we're waiting to see what the result of that is.
So these 5 bills dead and no new bills introduced. And that's for this.
Or seriously considered. Yeah.
Were you guys surprised to see so many Republican senators vote no?
No, we weren't, because we knew that the chambers of commerce knew that this was bad for Arizona. We knew that they were trying to work with them. We know that the business community knows that this is bad. We've had so many people come out against, like I said, hospital, educators, everybody, came out that weren't even coming out last year. So this was not much of a surprise. We weren't sure, of course. So.
Do you have a time frame? I mean to say you don't want these bills revived, but they can be revived.
We are suspending action. If the legislature comes back with more of this venomous legislation, these organizations will re-energize the boycott campaign. Let there be no doubt about it. Everything will be back on the table if that happens.
Let me add to that. What's important here is not to look at every possibility. What's important here is that we need to come together as Arizonans to start working on the things that truly matter. And we are very, very glad about what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
But we can't celebrate it yet. Let me finish. We can't celebrate it yet until we know those particular bills are dead. It is at least our opinion that if those bills die, we might not have to worry about very much in this session. Now, what happens next year or the following year, well, we'll wait for that. But for right now, we want the healing to begin, and we want it to begin now, and we're asking the Senate to allow this defeat to remain.
And when you say you're suspending actions, being to say you're not calling companies from out of state and...
Correct.
Okay.
And this might be a question for you. Could there be a potential for the boycott to become even bigger if this revives itself?
Yes, there could be a potential for the boycott to become bigger if this revives itself again and these bills do not remain dead.
Ayer fue solamente una batalla no ha terminado esta guerra. Todavía seguimos con comunidades y líderes en la legislatura, en ambas cámaras, que quieren seguir trayendo leyes antiinmigrantes. En estos momentos hay paquetes legislativos antiinmigrantes en las cámaras, seguiremos poniendo atención a estos. Nuestra batalla no ha terminado, seguimos luchando, y en el caso de la 1070 sabemos que hay todavía la demanda se está llevando a cabo. Vamos a poner muchísima atención a cuál será el resultado de ellos, pero simplemente decirle a la gente, manténganse informados, no se alarmen de las noticias que se les dan a veces a ustedes y a sus comunidades.
Se había dicho antes de que el boicot no tuvo impacto. Ya de que ellos quisieron meterse en esta situación, es claro que sí tuvo un impacto y ellos quieren ya parar la situación. Bueno, si de aquí al lunes no se cambia nada y se rechazan finalmente estas propuestas, estamos nosotros listos como el Concilio Nacional de la Raza, que es la organización más grande del país, de rechazar el boicot y comenzar una nueva era de cooperación, de trabajar todos juntos.
Si no pasa así, ¿qué van a hacer ustedes?
Seguir con el boicot, seguir el amenaza y seguir la batalla.